Okay, real quick, I want to test the sound for me, please. Can everyone, good afternoon, everyone. Just getting everything all set up. Welcome to American Dream Trading's Futures broadcast. American Dream Trading is owned and operated by Chad Christian, aka the Coach. He trains us on how to trade the market up, down, sideways, every which way. And set up. Can everyone hear me okay? Type of 1 in your chat box. Set up. Can everyone hear me okay? Type of 1.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
That's good. Sounds. That's good. Sounds. YouTubes. Good over on the YouTubes.
Test, test, test.
Over on the YouTubes. That's good. Sounds. YouTubes. Good over on the YouTube. All right. Well, I think volume is good. All right. You can hear the folks. Good. It over there for everyone else. Reverb. How is that? Is that better? Rid of the reverb. Best. Good. Appreciate it. All right. Well, here at American Dream Trading, we have several sales going on right now. We have our 7-day free trials for both premium stock options, futures, and crypto. With that, we also have our futures VIP. If you get that for a year, you will get a year free of, a futures membership for a year. You will get futures VIP for free for a year, which will get you access to the Futures VIP newsletter, futures training on Sunday night with me starting at 5 p.m. It will also get you access to our live chat where we have people in the halls every moment of the evening, it seems, day and night. For our VIP and stock options crew, we have the VIP membership where if you buy that for a year, you get a year's gold with that newsletter. But more importantly, with a VIP gold membership, you get basically 12 hours of training, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, starting at pre-market hours with our training moderators all the way through market close at 4 every single day, Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, you have weekend gold training with David. He is an incredible trainer for our community. He primarily does the Apple Chat. Eric's Moto run the Apple Chat live area and run primarily EWO. So if you want to learn how to properly do EWO from Master EWO himself, David. That is our live Apple Chat. That comes with a VIP Gold membership. You also get Gold breakout rooms twice a week. And then you get, along with the Gold, you get the newsletter, you get the additional training, you get a tremendous amount of videos to review, and a ton of other materials training. Right now, we are still running our sale on the Diamond membership. The Diamond membership includes all of our memberships, mentorship, futures, crypto, stock options. We do workshop classes periodically, and you'll get access to all of those. Right now, that membership's running on sale for $5,000. That's $50,000 worth of active memberships and services that you get in $5,000 one time. With the Diamond membership, you will have access to all of the rooms that ADT has for our members. Each live chat or room or Zoom, for that matter, is going to be focused on a particular segment of the market, and you'll have super, super good deal. All right. Let's see. The legal. We cover the legal. None of us here at American Dream Trading are licensed financial tax advisors, so we cannot give you tax, financial, or investment advice. What we're doing here is we're teaching you how to look at the market, read the charts, watch how price action behaves, and where good entries and bad entries occur. What does support and resistance look like? So forth. We are not a call-out group, so if you're looking for an Instagram or some kind of other chat box, something or other, where you're going to get call-out levels, buy here, sell here, you're not going to get that here. What you are going to get is education, build a skill that you'll have the rest of your life. Nobody else tells you the buyer. So today we had an absolute beautiful EWO day on all of our indices, at least NQ, ES, I think RT. Not too bad. Decent EWO on RTY as well. But the smoothest one that I saw today was on NQ. And what I really liked about this entry, particularly, is once we had our entry here on the second bar, the only thing that was in the way was this double top zone right here. This support and resistance had to break through was the only thing keeping us from moving to the upside. This was the 930 move on NQ right out of the gate. So what we were looking for here was for it to pull back, find support, and give us a good push up through all of this consolidation. Turn the coach's indicators back on. We're going to talk about where we would enter and why. So with coach's indicators back on, our entry on this particular one with the EWO second bar right here, this is our entry area. This candle right here is the first bar, the second. So what we're looking for here is clear strength, because we do have support and resistance right in the nearby area where we have to break through, or at least have some consideration to break through. So what we want to see here is shoulder on shoulder movement. We just got done talking about this with members, and they were concerned about the entry and what would make this a good entry or a strong entry. And the first two things that I notice right now is not only do we have two strong pushes off of VWAP, but we have this candle is our first bar that has this wonderful buyer's wick on it, showing a lot of support through this. As we broke up through all of these indicators, it would be natural for us to come down, retest that, and then continue the move to the upside. So that's exactly what happened in this particular case. So on the entry, or on the entry to the EWO, this is your candle entry right here. We have a beautiful shoulder on shoulder start, and then next candle shows strength right through that zone, and off we go. We break that double top area, come back, retest, one wick. This entire move goes looking at green might not look like a lot. This entire move from entry top, 1,219 ticks. Well, 1,219 ticks times 5, do the math here in your face. Per contract on NQ, that would have been $6,095 per contract. So while that may not look like a lot of movement, that is a tremendous 1,200 ticks with actual for today, almost 2,000 ticks. That's half the ATR in that move. And it happened relatively quickly, too. Top to bottom, 36 minutes. So that's $6,000 on one contract in 36 minutes. We got going here in social. Okay. Only positive comments in our socials, please. If you're here to cause trouble, I'll mute you. I won't ban you. Like,
Get them thumbs ticking, them likes.
right. Click the likes, not the hate. Leave the hate. All right. Wake up right. One shoulders. 2209 today. Lock of their accounts. Protecting that cap. Tap those screens, everyone, for the TikTokers over there. Let's get those likes going. Where'd it go? Another beautiful play on gold to the one side. Another beautiful EWO.
My fingers are burning.
I'll bet they are. Now the EWO entry on this one is a little bit challenging. Did anyone play the EWO on gold today? To the downside, or did they mostly scalp?
A few of our members were scalping the gold. They made pretty good money on gold this morning.
I unfortunately did not play that.
We have two particular members that love to play gold, and they very successful about it.
Good. I saw one member post something. I know he trades gold almost exclusively. Pretty impressive. I wasn't around for the trading portion of that. Any questions out here in the socials? Anybody got any questions? Thoughts? Comments?
We good, Dougie? How you doing, man?
Good, good. How are you, sir? How'd you do in the market today?
Uh, Same as always, like $60 or so. Just I don't know if you heard the story. They made me a professional trader because I did too many trades, and they took away my. I never heard that. Nobody's ever heard that before, and they don't give me good fills when I day trades. So I have to really make sure that I know more than I think I know instead of being a retail trader, learning every day. So I did about 60. I do about 60 to $100 every day, but it's just day trading.
Mhm.
I've been trading bull, like $8 stock that's reporting on Friday. Because I was day trading options, and then I didn't realize there was a rule. You can't do more than 390 day trades in options. And they flagged me and moved me over to professional trader. It affected my 4 accounts that I have. So
Mhm.
hopefully by December 3rd, they'll take me off that professional trader status back to retail, so I'll get better fills. You know, you look it up, professional trader, they treat you like a institution, and
Mhm.
it's crazy. But I'm learning futures, learning from you and others. So I like to eventually get into futures. But right now I have Think or Swim, and I'm learning Weibo, which is has not been that easy for me. Anything new is not easy. So
Mhm.
that's it, my friend.
Weeble's not too bad when you get into it. If you are going to trade futures, though, take a look at some of the other software packages that some talk about that in private too. Where you, if do you use TradingView at all?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I just have Schwab, which is Toss, and Weeble right now. So I'm just going to use what I have. I will look at it. But, I mean, I'm practicing day trading, so whatever you doing options or futures, you still have to learn how to read the charts. So I think it's coming good. I've been green for like 30 days, so I'm happy for that.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of money to write home about, but I'm thankful. You know?
Green is green. Right?
Yeah.
Green is green. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're making good trades.
Yeah.
Good
And
for
I
you,
enjoy.
man.
Thank you. I enjoy following you. You're doing a great job. I appreciate your professionalism.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I like having you in here. I remember talking to you in the ticket when you were trying to figure out some things, and
I'm still trying to figure out things. I've been trading for years. I'm not a new trader.
I know it.
But through the consistency of learning, day trading, Tom and others and coach and you, and it's really helped out. So my account's been up about, I think, 5,000 in the last, since I started, I think in
For you.
June with you guys.
Nice.
So that's through, I did a lot of day trading the options. They took away that ability. But right now I'm only doing like one contract, which is,
Hmm.
it's I'm a little too scared because of the fills they're giving me to, they won't let me get in and then they won't let me get out. It's like an elevator. They let you go last one in the elevator. And when you get off the floor, you can't go out first. You can go
Mhm.
last one out. And it's, check it out. It's really something I learned. Coach didn't even know about that. I'm like, I have no idea, but that's what it is.
I wasn't aware of that.
390 option day trades a day. They'll move you over to professional trading. I guess I was doing more, but I trade 4 accounts, so that's also
Okay.
whatever. So, but appreciate you guys.
So, Tradeovate is one of the brokers that we use for
Okay.
futures, and they have low margin rates, dollar micros, except for NQ. NQ's micro is 100. The E-mini on NQ is 1,000, whereas the E-minis for all the others are varies a little bit. It's not super consistent that way. However, to have a micro only be $50 for NQ 100, that's cheaper
Right.
than Weevil. You do have more expensive fees per contract,
Mm.
but if you're in with Toss, I would expect that you know how that feels.
Yeah, well, I got them lower. I got them for 25 cents. It used to be 65 cents, but
Okay.
crazy. But,
Yeah. Well, you have higher fees with Tradeovate, but you have lower margin rates, and margin rates are 23 hours a day. So from market open at 6 o'clock, market close at 5, but typically we want to be out of the market in 4.
right.
You've got 23 hours a day of the same margin rate. Whereas with Weevil, you have your intraday margin rates don't actually turn on until 8 a.m. CST or 9 a.m. EST.
Mm.
So that's when the contracts actually get cheaper.
Right.
Outside of that, you would have to.
Yeah.
I look at quick. Here is Weevil now.
Right.
Micro on. What do you like to watch? Something you like to watch?
I've traded Apple a lot, but the thing is, I'm only in cash. I have to get back to a margin account because I'm just under the 25,000.
Mhm.
Because I can't do that without margin.
Well,
Right.
futures is a different margin account altogether. So
Oh, okay.
when you move over to Weevil or if you go to Tradeovate, you're going to have to go through and answer those same questions that you answered for the options margin.
Well, I
Okay.
already have a future account in Weevil, but I didn't move the money over from the cash to that yet.
Okay. Well, once
So,
you fund it, and I'm not advocating for you to fund it and
Yeah,
start trading. So
right.
let's just be clear about that. But once you fund it, you get the L2 for free. I think until the end of next year. So December 31st of 6, you get the L2 for free, which as an expense is $40 a month. Getting that for free, pretty handy. I use it. I don't trade in Weevil anymore. I paper trade, but I don't live trade in Weevil.
Right.
But I do use the widgets. I do detach the widgets and pull them off to move over onto my other screens. So you can copy them,
Right.
attach them, and hit that sticky on top button so you can move it anywhere you want.
Hmm.
And it doesn't matter where you touch beyond that, it's always going to be there. So what I like to do, I'll open my trade widget or my trade window, trading view, put widgets on top of it.
That's nice.
Take trades from here. So now I've got my L2 and my watch list here so far. Gold, gold, there's my watch versus gold. Now I'm looking at my L2 for gold. Trading on coaches indicators and trading view through Tradeovate. I'm actually logged into my demo account right now through Tradeovate. So you can, unlike Weevil, you can link Tradeovate to TradingView, and you can trade either in the demo or in the live account. So you have one platform that you're trading in, broker you're trading through. Make sense?
Yep. Makes sense. Appreciate it. Thank you, Doug.
Very welcome. Further question?
I'm probably only going to do probably micros till I learn the system, you know?
Oh, we recommend micros. Don't
Yeah.
jump into the email contract.
Yeah.
One micro at a time. You'd be surprised how much money you can make with micros.
Okay. I'm excited about it.
If you have any questions, let us know. You know how this works, right?
Yep. Thank you, man.
Which do you use on Tradeify? Tradeovate Prop or Project X? If I were to trade on Tradeify, which by the way, Coach has an affiliate right now and has teamed up with Tradeify, you can see it at the top of the screen there. Use code ADT, all caps, ADT, and you'll get the best discount possible on your funded accounts. What we're doing here is these are the instant funding or instant funded accounts. These are called the lightning accounts. Mark has got one that he plays around with paper trading to show the membership what it's like. To answer your question though, with Tradeify, I would probably run it. Me personally, I'd probably run Tradeovate because then I can link it right into TradingView, trade right trading view, coaches indicators, and then also taking Weevil and doing watch list over here like it. So I would probably do that because Project X is Top Steps proprietary software. They are now allowing other prop firms and brokers to use. You have to pay a $25. It's a $25 a month fee if you are in Tradeovate or Tradeify to trade on Project X. Now, Project X is pretty sweet. here, top steps, project X. I like this particular platform in the way of its setup. Over here, you've got quick access buttons to be able to move your contracts up and down. You know, if you want to get in with 3, then you come over here, you can quickly get down to 1, so you can shut off one at a time, so on and so forth. This section here reminds me, very handy. The other thing that I like about this program that it acts just like TradingView does with respect to entry and exit. So you can get into a trade. If you forget your stop, you can drag your stop just like TradingView, profits, so forth. If you don't like where it's going, you can X out right at your position. So one of the things that I really like about this is that it gives me the freedom to be able to integrate what I like about TradingView and freedom to be able to move stops and things around right off of your buy position, but also the contract sizes are quickly shed. This is what Project X looks like. This is Top Step right now, but this is the same platform. Great to find. Welcome aboard, Blackbeard. You're very welcome, Andrew. If you have any other questions, please let. How's that sound over on YouTube? Is that volume up better? All right. Who's watching what? What are we looking at? Group. Head over to Q here. Nice pull on NQ. So we have a nice pull off of NQ. We're coming down to what would be Tokyo session low, where we have a little stutter step on the way up in the beginning of this consolidation channel that we created here. So I'm looking for this to either slow down or bounce, but we are looking pretty heavy. The trend is on the 2-minute. We would be shorts, particularly. Now, where are we going to find our support and resistance? Zoom out. Take a look at where we've gone today. So here we are for the day, and you can see that today has been a really hard selling day. At a top up here at 983.50, and our ultimate low, which we made right out of the gate this morning, right out of open at 448.50. So as we come down and approach that again, as you work it down into the lower time frames, you can see how we're starting to slow down in our descent, rounding over in some pushback. This is on the 4-hour. But pressure is still to the downside, and we still have all of these bottoms, which is now my question here, is that going to continue? Because the more times we tap on support, more times we're likely to break through. Okay? 1 hour, as we come out, we take a look at this, we can see that we've made our relative low a high, and now we're pulling back into this small level of consolidation here. But we have maintained below this level. If we continue that, we will most definitely see a challenged bottom here, break and hold of that to the downside, and where is our support naturally going to be? Support all bounced the. See how I came to that? All of the challenges that we're seeing right here on NQ at 2414.50 to 517.75 needs to break and hold. Traffic was absolute lows are going to be down here. And 5 minute. See that as we bounced off of the low in the first place, came up and we just could not get any higher. Previous high or double top zone through on our EW. Morning. Here we are with the same relative area, 729. Couldn't break up through that. Now we're pulling back down and we're trapped in consolidation, bottom lows. Yes is broken. It's low and retesting. So what we've done here, watch out for FOMC, the actual thing is coming up. What we've done here is we broke this low right here for that downward move. Why does that matter? Once we broke it, likely to retest. This was our retest of that. So if I break this out, look at.
Doug, you said we got an FOMC meeting or
Yes, sir.
what time? 2:30.
2 o'clock was the meeting. 2:30 is the broadcast. Watch for market volatility, please. Make sure you've got your stops in place.
Got it. Thank you.
Betcha. All right, so we had a break of all those lows. We came up, retested those lows, and our double bottom here. As we break a low, test the low. Two lows. Looking at what we've got going on here, we've got a lot of support. And I would be looking for, because we're already slowing down here, if we do pull down any further, I'd be looking at these levels for further resistance, 30, 626, and now. What do we have over on the L2 for this as far as support? We've got 630.75. 630 is a key level that I just snapped. 675 is just above it. They want to pull to this. Now, what's going to happen when this gets pulled away? Look at how many contracts are loading up at the station. If we break this 630.75 or they pull it, you're going to see no more protection to hold that price action up. Actually, a barrier, what we would call a floor wall on the bid side of the L2, acts like support, or for lack of a better explanation, it gets in the way of price action lower. But if that sells off or gets pulled and moved to a different price point, that price no longer is now act like support, and you could see a flush through that. But we're still seeing a fair amount of support. So we're going to keep an eye on this. 5. So we're losing downward pressure. Meters back on, and you can see where we are relative to the trend channel. We are relatively flat right now. Light downtrend. Nothing significant. So price action could quite easily go in either direction. It could continue to move down, or we could get a nice healthy bounce and get a trend channel shift, come up here and try and get to VWAP in 100 again. Have been virtually underneath it for most of the afternoon. Once we came down and broke it, we have to break back. So looking for continued pull here off of ES, even though we are on the bottom of the trend channel and at Tokyo session open. Got to break out through that. Break and hold above 637. Yeah, I get down to the 1 minute and I can see that it's struggling with that, and I've got a big seller. As that's pulling out of that area, it is respecting the 9 on the way down. At this point, now for me.
Yeah, I have a gold line at that 66.30. It's pretty strong going way back.
I seem to
on
remember
4
that
hours.
30, and then it was can't remember the other one. It was right in that vicinity. 620.
I'm looking. I don't have one, but starting at that 630 on down to 6608, I have a consolidation zone. So
One more time. What was your zone?
from that 630 down to 60, might be a little wide, about 6. Let's see. Yeah, down to the 6608, 630, I'm sorry, 6630 to 6608. There's consolidation right in that area. So I know it's a big zone, but it's still you can still play that channel. But you just got to be careful in there.
That's a good one, Jeff.
Yep. Right in
Hey,
through
Mark,
here.
did you have a question?
Right in through here, talking about.
Yeah, I do. Just whenever Doug's available.
Go for it, Mark.
Yeah, if you could take a look at MNQ, I have a question how you should define break and hold of the 9. I just pull this up, just switch charts, hang on. I think let's look at 2:24 p.m. on the 2 minute. I'm sorry, on the 2 minute. And this is just an example. So if the body does not close above, but the wick does, as that's shown, is that considered the break of the 9 and not a bounce off the 9?
All right. Well, in this particular case, the break of the 9 happened here.
Okay. So you take the first one that would have done that circumstance. Okay.
This is your actual break. This is your hold.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, if we're getting to brass tacks, right? So the first time it breaks it here, but it didn't hold. Broke it here, held here. Couldn't get back up above the 9 the rest of the way.
But I guess in general, my question is more so if you go back to your left entry, that left candle that actually the body closes above the 9, does the body have to close above and then break back through on the next candle? Or can the wick penetrate above the 9 and then the next candle comes below?
We're not concerned about the wicks. We want the body closed.
Okay, you want the body. Okay.
Yeah. Because a wick is just a moment in time.
Sure.
and it's not doesn't stay there. It's not like hanging there, right? So if this thing was actually closing up here, that would not be break and hold. Okay, if your body close was up here,
Okay.
right? So as you're looking at this, your break and hold was way over here, but your better entry after all of this consolidation, because you had to get past this,
Right.
your
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
entry with a good solid start shoulder to shoulder with volume, as Mark would say, the oomph. This is your
Sure. Okay. So yeah, I was just confused on the true definition, but that clears it up. That you do want the candle body to extend above or below, just depending on what direction you're going. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
question. Thank you. And that would have been a really nice entry on that. Bring it all the way down. That's 270 ticks on M&Q. That's $135 per micro contract. Interested in knowing the numbers. Crypto XRP3. Just go to American Dream Trading .com and look to the memberships page all the way down and go all the way down to join the community. That will get you into the Discord. It is a private Discord. You cannot, I don't think you can search for it openly. So once you join the membership, get access to the Discord. Also get a welcome email and make sure that you follow the instructions on the welcome email, please, before you come in. There are a lot of the questions that and then let us know when you get in here.
Hey, Doug, I have one small follow-up question as
Okay.
well. When you do break the 9, and I think I know the answer, just want confirmation. It is always advisable to let that breaking candle close and see what the next candle will do, correct? Instead of, for example, if it would break through the 9 with a lot of volume and it extends that candle a long ways, you would not want to jump in early with that volume, would you?
Expert scalpers would probably be already in it as it broke it with volume.
Right.
But for what we're training our membership to do, we want to break and hold.
Okay. So wait for the next one. Okay. Perfect.
And hold.
Yep.
You want confirmation that you're going to be respecting that price move. You don't want to, for instance, in this particular candle, the one that we were looking at. So on this candle here, on your entry, right, you've got these double bottoms and everything to be concerned about, but you also have a fair amount of room to get to. So you've got some juice in there that you can take from this trade. As you are watching it come down into these areas, the next candle is going to be very important for your start if you're scalping, right? Because you want it on the shoulder of the previous. And again, you want to see volume. You don't see it kind of bouncing up and down and color changing and that kind of stuff, especially at support.
Sure.
So if you're going to take a scalp to the downside, it is just that. It is a scalp, and you need to be mindful, look left, because as you get into this, if it comes down here and then wants to bounce back, you got to trigger, right?
Yep. Okay.
Yes. So break and hold of the 9 on the other side of market on the way up. So what you'd be looking for here, the same thing. Candle close above the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Candle start. Line or breathe back if it's got to have it. And we want to see volume. Okay. All the way
When
up.
you see the volume, you don't necessarily need it to overcome the preceding candle wick, correct? Or do you?
I want to see it make new highs.
Okay. Okay.
Because you can see here, I mean, this one's kind of dinking around, right? We don't have a good shoulder start. The relatively deep cast of the move from top to bottom of that candle. Have we made a new high or a new low yet on this candle?
Not the body. No.
No, we haven't, right? So we're what?
No.
Consolidating. Now there's the
Yeah.
new high.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
So this is my break of the 9, not this one, not the wick. Right?
Correct.
This
Yep.
is my break of the 9. So what I want to see is a good candle close above the 9, and then the next candle, shoulder to shoulder, to attack the midline, 21, and then
Okay. And since the channel is somewhat sideways, it would be a little bit safer entry, right? Instead of cross trend.
yeah. So
It's slightly downward, I guess, but it's not
Here's-
extreme.
here's the trick with this one. If you're not in on a bounce play on something like this, the safest entry point is going to be above the 55.
Wait. Okay.
The reason I look at it that way, $55, Apple line, 55. What do you see? The same level of support I snapped before, right? 24,
Yep.
632, 50. And you can see how the 55 is your break and hold above particular case. Right? So
A
the
lot of
safer,
congestion for sure.
yeah. Now you're talking, right? So
Yep.
you want to get past all of these bottoms, past all of this heavy consolidation, break and hold above this, safer. As it turns out, that's a break and hold.
Okay.
Right?
Sure enough.
There you go.
Thank you.
So if you use structure along with the indicators will make a lot more sense as to why they are where they are.
Right.
It's just math, right? But trusting the indicators is one of the hardest things I see, especially new people, right? Being able to trust something that is kind of floating around the screen is kind of hard. If you can learn to do that, then your success back to using those, finding good entry.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Doug,
Ma'am,
question for you. So, what is your take on going against the trend for new
I don't-
scalpers?
I don't like it. I think it's challenging. I think you're going to have a better scalping experience if you trend in general, whether you're scalp, especially if you're trying to learn to scalp.
Yep, definitely.
I find it easier to scalp with trend do again. But that being said, with the right ATR and the right entry, you can scalp any candle on the chart. What your overall goal is, coach says every candle setup. It's not necessarily a good thing, but scalping with the trend, I prefer it personally.
Hey Doc, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. I think Ricky, you have a couple of questions. Arlo already answered one of those questions, I think. But the first one, I'm gonna read it for you. Can someone guide me to set up Webull for trading futures?
Mm-hmm.
That's on the Zoom chat.
Yeah, we can go through a little bit of that. Hugo has a question. Can you explain the right ATR? Well, that's a personal thing, Hugo. Some people like the EWO and slower moving tickers. I prefer NQ with a higher ATR, anywhere between 50 and 80. for my rhythm, it fits better for me. Each person's going to have preference. That's what I'm perspective. I get into low volume, low ATR type stuff. Typically do well. I stay away from. We will set up. Okay, so what about Weeble are we doing? Hey, Ricky, do you have a mic? It's easier to run through this with. We will set up. Well, this is mine for futures. I have the chart, L2 watch list. I've got Turbo Trader for trading live. I use the classic trade for paper trading side because the paper trading side will not allow me to use Turbo Trader in its entirety. Outside of that, the widgets that I've got that I use are futures, news, orders, see what's running, account details, positions if you have any open, order entry if you want to get in and close an order in Weeble. That, quotes function, and then a key. So in order to find the ticker that you're going to be interested, okay, so you don't. So you already trade Weeble in stocks, okay, or stocks in Weeble. So you're pretty familiar with the platform. It's really nothing different. Your widgets, when you get to the futures side of things, you're going to be looking for futures widget specifically. Yeah, is right over here in markets. So that's the one where you're going to want to load that. And down here at the bottom, you have drill down for the different markets that you trade. So thing from a small gathering of micro futures to equity index futures, FX futures, which is currencies, metals, energy, interest rates, ag, and crypto. We do have access to Bitcoin and Ethereum through Weeble. Have access to XRPs. Futures company. Weeble has let us know when that will be. But with the futures, you pick the one that you want to play with. Say we go to metals, and then we want to pick gold. So gold, the E-mini contract for gold in Weeble is going to be GC main. Here's one of the things you need to understand: that if you chart on the actual contract, GCX5, as the contract switches out, you will lose all of your charting. Okay. If you chart on the main in Weeble, as the contracts move in and out of the main, your chart lines will likely haven't experienced any of that on the stock side. This is specific to futures because we have contract switches relatively regularly every quarter. So depends on the commodity. So futures widget, that'll get you to your futures tickers, and then from there you just create your watch list. I've got one for E-minis, micros. I can pop in between different micro contracts or E-minis at a whim. I like having this because I can move this, like I said, over to TradingView and then pop it onto TradingView and use those same things with the TradingView platform. Does that answer your question, Ricky? We can go through more in depth. How do you connect a ticker to buy contracts? So all you do is select it. Paper trading. NQ. So once you're on and selected the ticker that you want to trade, all you're doing is I market in, market out. So for my purposes, I prefer the market entry. I don't tend to do a lot of limit or bid ask entries or exits for that matter. NQ coming up to VWAP here. This is now the third time that it's touched it. Fourth now, trying to break up through. Let's see if we actually get through this thing now. If we cannot break up through, we are looking for a pull off of VWAP. We can watch this here on Weeble while we're doing it. If you have any questions about Weeble while I'm in here, Ricky, we know. But essentially all you would do to get into a trade here, if I wanted to go short, got my stop loss, and go short, pick me up, and then if I wanted to exit, I could just as easily mark it out of this as an exit, but make sure that you close your stop. Stop is not tied to your buy position, and it will not go away once you close your position. That goes for stops and limit orders or take profits. Now, that being said, if you do use take profit, which we don't recommend because it limits your upside potential, but if you do use a take profit, as long as it's bracketed on the live side of things, as long as it's bracketed with a stop loss, then if your stop loss is hit or your take profit is hit, then and only then will your trade close automatically and leave nothing else on the base. So what you're looking for with respect to that is I use the Turbo Trader on the live side. I use Turbo Futures on the paper trading side for Weeble. Again, Turbo Trader, for whatever reason, cannot be used on the paper trading side, trading futures. However, on the live side, you can. So you can customize it. So if you're accustomed to using the Turbo Trader on the stock option side of things, it will be no different here. Good question. Why do I use market rather than limit bid ask? Pretty good fills. I'm not overly upset about it. If I was a high frequency trader, probably would look at it a little bit differently, but market in, market out does. It's me where I need to go. Looking for faster entries, essentially. Thank you, Wade. You out there? Thanks, Peter. You're very welcome. It's not to say that you can't. I do peek in at other trading platforms to see what they're doing, see what they're talking about from time to time, and there are a fair amount of people out there that will enter on the ask and leave on the bid. They're going in along or vice versa, and so forth. In pre-market stocks, you cannot use stop losses or market orders. Market's not open, so it's using the bid ask for entry there is prevalent. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share out the lives, at those things. We're already at 11K on our TikTok account. Thank you very much, everyone. Look at that beautiful rejection off of VWAP and the 200 here on NQ. Any of my NQ traders out there get it? We've got ES, break and hold the 9, opportunity to the downside 40.70. 70. So we are now above the 9. He was talking about. This isn't. The difference between Weeble and TradingView is we don't have coaches indicators. We can't seem to get them into Weeble just. But without that, we can do. Get our overall trend to the downside here. Broke it, but as we come back through, be looking for it. Position is pretty close to trend. We're in consolidation. Nice pull if we can. As we hold above that, we're good. If we break below it, we can take a short and the break to the 9. Comes. Now watch out for the middle of the trend channel here. Going to act like support and resistance. So as this candle's coming down, look directly left and what do you see? Now watch. We get down to that. You can see that we've got some support there. We got buyers stepping in, throwing the price back up above there. This is a micro trend and a downtrend. We are now scalping against, if we were to take this off this trend line, we would be scalping a trend and indicators, not necessarily the pick our play. Here's the break of the 9. This, when this candle closes, would be the hold of the 9. You could definitely get short with the oomph that Mark talks about. Again, you do have a lot here. Fair amount of pressure down here. Sure that we've got volume to get into. Get down here. Gusto. I'm not seeing it. So what are we looking for? Well, our overall trend to the downside right now, this is going to be a fist fight to get up above the 55. Now in power hour 302, volatility will increase. Pretty interesting. Gold tends to slow down in the afternoons, at least it used to, but lately, over the last month or so, it has been really wild. The ATR has been super high, triple what it was in the past prior to. It's been quite the ride to trade gold. And enough in the way. I wouldn't really be comfortable taking short until I break and hold. Reason being is that this thing could sit here and chop 2 hours, get down here, get a bounce. I want to see it break this bottom. You can scalp candles if you like on gold. I don't particularly like doing that. I like plays on that just simply because of how volatile moving up in its own candle structure. I just prefer the break and hold for play. More room to run, not as much consolidation or support and resistance in the way. Downside. okay, at the top of its trend channel. What we're looking for here is a break and hold of the 200. We have a key level. Ooh, yeah. All right, so looking at this, we are on a critical level right now. Need a break and hold on. Everyone see why? All the way through here. Came down, got stuck, retested before it pulled, retested again, tested again, before it bounces all through. So this entire price point between 350 and a half and 352 break and hold of break and indicators. You've got the 9 right there, the 200. Yes, break 200 and hold to the upside. The only other thing in the way move is now double tops. Here, which is London open. Knowing that we're on the 200 right now, what would we expect to have happen on 200? One.
Rejection.
Know that it's going to do it. We'll see. Breaking it has to hold it. To the up. It really at bottom of this double top pull back here. Doesn't have to get to the absolute top. We double top pullbacks. Hard pull here. If we do find support, it will likely be off of this area again, out through it. So break it, retest, trying to continue to the upside. Push off the 9. All right, so do we have a good candle start? Shoulder to shoulder? No, we do not, right? Started beneath previous candle. And we're stuck at the 200. We just can't through it. So if we are going to challenge the 200, right? So if we need more strength, are we going to support again? So as we come down, already found support once on one candle. Clearly wasn't enough to get up and hold. So if we have to come back down for support, we're looking for support off the 9 one more time, or the key level of Tokyo session open is essentially this. Or if it has to come all the way down to the zone broke out. Important move. Too many questions out there on the interwebs. Engagement from our viewers.
I could ask one, Doug.
Go for it, JP.
Look at the sweep all the way down on that run from top to bottom in the middle of the screen. And don't I see about 4 waves? If I look at the first green bar retest, big green bar retests, there's about 3 good waves before it starts waggling around at the bottom. And we've talked about that before, but different people
here?
call it different things. Yeah, go all the way up to the
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
To your left at a 45 up to the left top and start counting the waves of the big green retests on each one. And I see 4 coming down to the waggle at the bottom.
Mhm.
And now come on down at a 45-degree angle, come on down your chart. No, the other way. Yeah. And
Yep.
by the time you were there, where you just had your cursor to the right, not to the left, but to the right,
Mhm.
on when it's coming down, you're still to the left, but come on, yeah, hold it right there, hold it right
Yep.
there. I see 1, 2 waves, and then when you come down to that other tip, that's about a 3rd wave, and then it waggled. And we've talked about that before, haven't we?
Yep.
What do you think? Now, is
Well,
this, I'm sorry, I have to ask you, is this in the 1 minute or the 2 minute?
that was the 1 minute. This is now the 2 minute. So on the 2 minute, if you were actually EWOing your way down through here,
I see there's only a couple of waves on the 2 minute.
exactly right. Which is why we say if you're going to be doing EWO, you go 2 minute and never go back. You can go up in time frame.
Right.
3 minute, 5 minute, you know, really jiggy with it. You can go up to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I only got part of that run for a real trade. And just to let the other folks know from our training, had I had the 2 minute off to the side to see if I needed to follow it, the trade that I got out at 260 went to $4.15. So it would have been a huge difference on the income if I had just happened to be looking at the 2 minute at the time.
Yeah. Well, that's why we say, you know, if you're going to be EWOing, don't go down in time frame because you'll just see too much chop, and then your emotions take over, and you're trading emotionally and not mechanically. Following the indicators, you're not using them. Definitely want to make sure you're going to be EWOing, you're on the 2 minute or higher. Take away some of the noise. This talking about earlier today, we were watching. Yeah, it was in. So we had a member that had started this and had gotten out too early and missed most of the run. The reason being is he was watching the candles do this, right, fluctuating up and down like NQ does within the same candle structure. One of the things we discussed is, well, did it tell you to get out of the trade? Right? Did coaches' indicators tell you to get out of the trade? Did it ever break and hold the 9? And in this particular case, once we got our EWO entry here, so once we had our entry, this thing consolidated right out of the gate and then didn't consolidate again until it started slowing down. So when they saw this first red candle, they exited. But the rule is that if it doesn't break and hold the 9, you're not out. More importantly, on the runners, as long as VWAP is above your buy position, which it would normally be in an uptrend like this, as long as your buy position is below VWAP, doesn't break VWAP, then your runner, you should still be in it, right? Because at some point today, or earlier today, this thing could have retested down here and then launch padded back up and never looked. We have EWO days like that from time to time where stocks just climb all day long. Well, what you don't want to do is close out your runner, because your runner could be worth more than the actual multiple contracts you might shed during the entire process. So, were there any shed points in this particular EWO? No, there weren't. There was not a single pullback until you get up to the top here. start breaking and holding below the 9, now breaking 21. This right here would be my absolute out, because at this point, I don't have to pull this back, but I don't think VWAP was at that above my station. Top here. VWAP being way down here, I would have actually closed that trade out. Broke and held here. So I'd be, once I saw some weakness up here, I'd shed. And then once I get the 921 cross and I see break and hold of the 21 to the downside and the space in between the 9 and 21 closing out, close out, because this now is showing me hold the 9, shoulder on shoulder move on the way down. Beautiful, nice and smooth. That would be my entry. Shedding.
Also, Doug,
Mm-hmm.
at the 1040 Eastern time, I was looking at /ES, and it had a similar crossover of the 9 to the 21 and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was keeping that in mind. And then I made the trade at 206, a little bit early. But if you look at ES at the 1040, 1045 area, and you look at the ES again at 206 to 210, you saw two similar things. And that helped me decide to enter the scalp also, because it was doing a similar thing.
Yeah.
I'm
So
crossing the 21.
we've had some trainings on that, right? So when the 9 crosses the
Yes.
21, that's showing strength in the direction that the 9 is traveling. Don't want that to be cryptic. So in an uptrend, we want the 9 to be above the 21. In a downtrend, we want the 9 to cross the 21. And then if we get the 955 cross, that's even more strength to it, right?
Right. Come join us for the gold training, you guys.
That's right. Gold breakout rooms twice a week, mentorship once a week, 7 days worth of training. Every single day we have training. Saturday is with David, Sundays with me, and during the week, futures with Mark, myself, and Ralph. With stock options, you've got all the other models. So tons of opportunities to learn and absorb information, apply it appropriately. Now here we have on ES, we're actually getting a trend change. Trend channel is now slightly to the upside, and we have a break and hold of VWAP. Beautiful EWO to the upside again. Third one. Okay.
I got to do this to you, Doug, because I do it to Mark all the time. Break and what?
Break and hold.
There you go.
You got to break and hold. Now, where are we at right this moment?
It's a double top.
That's a lot of tops.
Yeah.
Okay, so look left. What do you see? Support bounce, support bounce, rejection, rejection, support bounce. This is a pretty key level in here, right? Getting a lot of action. As we come up into here, we want to make sure that we're break that level and hold that level. As we broke, now we're looking for continued strength to the upside. Where's our next levels? And left. Coming up into a relatively tight consolidation pattern that was broken out of and then returned it to not too long. So this area right here, for my eyes, really want to. All of this chop and consolidation, it's going to be what it be. I have a key level here that I want to break and hold above. Now that I've done that, I want to into this area and I want good response. Come up into here and good candle closure. And volume pushes. Ooh, they did start stops. You can see where I snapped that area. We now have, that's where we stutter stepped on the way down. Top of that is going to make sure that when we break that area, we break in whole well. Here we are coming up into 679 and 687. Area we Beautiful 2-minute EVO to the upside. Nothing but pure buying right off of its retest of support. You're looking at patterning for those of you that watch patterns. Here's the top we needed to break through. Here's the top we created. Here's our cup. Support. So handle comes down, finds support. Cup and handle. Beautiful. All right, so here we're starting to see some resistance. Now, are we going to breathe back into this candle a lot, a little, or are we going to come back and retest the level we just broke? That's the 3 questions I ask myself. How much is this candle breathing into? Previous, what am I seeing as far as pressure up here? I'm in an EWO. I want to make sure that my 9 is being respected. There's a 9 right now. So again, if I'm in an EWO, it would have been a hard entry. EWO entry being right here. Right in the trend, 200. But again, remember, I wanted to see a break and hold above this. This gives me strength to the upside. I'm not sure that I would, even though a break and hold of the 9 would have been anywhere along this entire move. Just a lot to chew through. Variables not gotten in the way to prevent your upside move.
But again, Doug, don't you see the, I know you do, we can see the same kind of a pattern on the previous downside on the double bottom, the first of the double bottom. That's how we can pick up on this too, is to watch how it reacted at that situation on the 9 and the 21 as well. And what's exciting, you guys, I don't know if you're penciling in on your paper accounts. This is not a positive. You can get all your return on investment by just listening to us. But what I would encourage you to do, if you haven't been doing it, is take a piece of paper, pencil in where you might get in as Doug's talking and training with you, and see if there's a real number that you might have got in on. And then see when Doug tells you, look at this, look at this, look at the resistance, look at our turning point, pencil in that number and look at the percentage. Whether you're trading shares or you're learning how to trade options or whatever, it makes no difference. Look at the percentage and compare that to what your 401k might be doing when you're not paying attention to it.
So what does Coach tell us, right? 1% a day. 1% of your account a day. Do that, it exponentially grows over time, right? So rather than focusing on banger days, focusing on the trade. Trade the trade, good solid movement, solid execution. There's a beautiful pullback off of right down. Now, what we're looking for here is support off, back up and change. I want to see it break this level again. So since we broke down through, I have less confidence to an upside move, but it all depends on this particular candle. Now, what do we have in our resistance level? broke through the first time. Have a big volume candle to the downside. I don't see anything happening with the candle above the 50% of the overall candle move. This likely will look like a retest of that and will pull deeper. No? Stop.
49%, it looks like.
Yeah, 49.5%.
Yep.
All right. Down to the 1 minute, we can see that the next 1 minute candle is trying to find a bounce. We did start on the shoulder. What I'm looking for here is support through here, specifically. We got a nice support. We got a little bit of a wick here. Not a ton of buying pressure off of the 21 1 minute. And you can see that this candle is just kind of hanging around. Just does not want to area. So we're going to watch gently. If we were in an EWO, we want to make sure that we're turn this into a trade for our runner. So at this point, your EWO, this is a shed. So if your entry on the EWO was here, carry, break and hold. If you got a break and hold to the 9 entry down here, that would be more appropriate. You don't want to enter that close to VWAP, especially along, right? Because this is going to act like support and resistance. So resistance, as you're coming up to it, you don't want to enter along that close to base. Get some running room to get up there. And so if your entry is down here, you're golden. If your entry is up here, above VWAP and the 200, have it stop just above it at break even, and you're watching for price action. As it started to slow up here, if you were fast and good at charting and what your levels are, where you could find resistance, you could shed very tightly up here for the mid pull. But again, that's just a shed, right? This has not broken, held below the 9. So thusly, we are out of the trade, the pullback. Retest of the 9. So I increased the volume a little bit. Did that help, Keither? Okay, so we're trying to reestablish a new high up here. Where are we going to find resistance? Oh, obviously this zone. Now that we've created this top, I'm looking for resistance right here, which is oddly enough. Do I use the 2-minute chart for scalping? Or you just, I use the 2-minute for scalping NQ. Yeah, I typically will do the 1 minute on ES, right? ES. 1 minute on gold, 2 minute on NQ, and last week and this week, trading on scalping on longer scalps. I find that I get a little bit deeper entry, and that slows me down. Hey, Taji, how are you, man? See ya. So, where are we finding resistance so far, folks? Where did we wick to? Running an earnings play on NVIDIA. There's some people today. NVIDIA earnings is reported, I think, today at 4:20. Is that correct, Spooky? For those of you that are not in our Discord, we have an earnings channel for the very use of said information. So what we do is we post our earnings information in there, and members can go time they want, along with training videos and other training resources. So again, if you are not currently a free member, ADT, out, doesn't cost you anything. Come in, get the free membership, join the community for free. Free memberships, 7-day trial memberships for crypto, futures, and stock options. Get in here, give it a go, take a look at the resources, get into the live Zooms. The 7 days of live Zooms is enough of an incentive. You can get in and actually talk to the millionaire mods doing the training Zooms. You're going to benefit. Get out there, free membership. When you get here, come in and say, love it when people interact. Everyone. Again, these are our free memberships. I can't post the link on TikTok. TikTok not like that. So posting the description, but if you get into our Discord, set up service you're looking. Right now we have VIP, 12 months VIP. You get 12 months of VIP Gold with it. 12 months of futures, and you get futures VIP free. 7-day free trials. Pretty darn. Coach is going to be running some Black Friday sales coming up this year. It will involve some pretty cool things. So please make sure that you are tuning in and involved, or at least by then. Here's a tidbit. Just before Black Friday, get chip, come in, get some free training, then do the Black Friday sale. Pretty incredible stuff going on. Should be fun. All right, what else we got
So
going
Doug,
on?
you mean to tell me in this, I know it's risky to trade things, but you mean to tell me that if somebody had listened to you and made that 49%, they would have only had to trade about double of what they would have for some of these memberships to get it all back today, or trade the same amount and listen to you for 2 or 3 days, and nothing's guaranteed, but what an interesting way to get a quick return on investment.
You know what I mean? Come in, spend 7 days with us, learn everything you can, watch as many videos as you can, and then make a decision on a membership package. I can't think of it. I don't know anybody else that's doing it. And you have access to live people. You get to come into the Zoom and actually talk to a human being. So many other trading communities that I've heard of or seen, you don't get that. You don't get access to a person all day long. You have access to a person all day.
And live people, just for the value of the folks that don't really understand or have known, the live value is anywhere from somebody that's worth $1,000 a minute to $30,000 a minute. We have that kind of caliber sitting here. When somebody pulls that kind of money out of the market, you divide it by 4 or 5 trading hours, we've had it come to well over $30,000 a minute for one of our trainers. It's very humble. You wouldn't even know it if we didn't tell you who it was when you started listening to him.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. And the amount of wealth that comes out of that gentleman's pie hole is insane. So if you're not in that Zoom and you don't gather or garner some level of education or training the time there, then yeah, honestly, don't.
Well, I went on the street, Doug, and I knocked on the door at a particular broker that everybody knows the name of. And I said, do you guys train a little bit like this? And so on and so on. And can I sit in and learn on some of it? And they said, no.
Yep.
I did. I knocked on the door and went in and asked them. And then I told them about American Dream Trading.
Crypto XRP says, do you get that with 125 a month membership? Yes, the premium membership is stock options. That is your 125 a month. With that, you get access to our million. That VIP, the VIP Zoom and stock option Zoom that runs for regular membership, 8:30 to 4. If you have the time and can split it in there, you can ask any question you with respect to stock options. If you're unfamiliar with setups or getting your software set up to like what we just did with Weevil earlier today, we do that kind of stuff in our live Zooms all the time. Different platforms, support several as best we can. Some platforms are some platforms we just don't use. If we can support it, we will. If we can't, then we'll certainly try and get you to a place that. Here again, look at ES. Challenge, challenge, challenge. Finally breaking up through the bottom of to the. So now we have a break of that key level. That is 66.7325 to the upside. Oh shoot! Well, if you're in a spot like that, crypto, you're in a perfect spot to be able to sit in front of a screen and watch all day. Highly recommend that you grab a membership. You're going to be on your back for the next year, or can't work for the next year. David, one of our best traders and Apple Chat leader, and he helped back test the Evo system. Coach developed. He broke his foot way back when, a couple of years ago, back when Coach started. He's one of the OGs. Broke his foot and was out and decided to join ADT. Did so well that ended up retiring, and now he trains all of our new traders. The odds in the premium membership. You want to talk to somebody about Evo? Holy moly, pelvis. All the best. Prayers going out for you. But yeah, if you want to learn how to do what we do, the best possible membership you could get is the Diamond membership. And I know it's pricey for some, but it's $50,000 worth of services. And with what Coach is going to be creating in the future, it'll be worth a lot more than that. And it is going to be going away. We are not going to be continuing to offer it beyond, I think Coach said. So if you have not gotten it, $5,000, it's a one-time thing. It's every membership that Coach currently has to offer: mentorship, VIP or VIP gold, P premium, crypto, futures. We have gold breakout rooms twice a week. We have gold training on Saturday with David, who quite literally will go over any trade that you have taken, or he'll do, if there's no questions from the membership, because he actually takes these in over the week. He'll actually develop a program to go over them, discuss them down with you. So So if you have questions, what David will do is he'll collect them all and then systematically go through them if there's not a lot of questions in Zoom. However, we typically have a fair amount of questions, and it's a dynamic learning environment. So it's definitely a place to be. Sundays with me, 5 to 9 p.m. EST for futures. 5 o'clock, open the Zoom up for an hour for training, questions, hangout, whatever you want. At 6 o'clock, futures market opens and we start live trading. Now it gets really exciting for about the first 30 minutes, and after that it kind of peters out. So for the next 3.5 hours, we're training again. That could be anything. It could be charting, could be scalping off the 9, waiting in the weeds, whatever we care to talk about. Here's a big pull on ES now on the 2 minute. Broke back up into that zone, tested the bottom part of it, tested the middle of it. Now we're pulling back and trying to find support off of the consolidation. 9 here trying to break through. 6, 7. We can stay tall here off of support. It's 689. And pretty heavy here. The candle is not really leaving us a lot of wicks. Oh, there we go. Close up here in this consolidation again, and then we can try for the upside. Or if this is getting tired,
Yeah, there's a lot of consolidation to the left of that.
mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of bouncing around.
Exactly. So that's why I was talking about that before. You see all of this that when we got up there here, we were going to struggle with it, right? Because it did it before, broke through it and came back through it in the morning's run prior to that in the earlier session.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this is through 4 o'clock open Tokyo. Midnight, we had some things happen. And then, no, so on the 18th, there you go. On the 18th, the morning drop came out of consolidation from the London session. So as the London session consolidated, found a little bit of a drop here. We came up into that consolidation, a big push, and dropped down to support. This was our move at the open yesterday. Here, leaving consolidation, left consolidation yet again here. About 3 o'clock that same day. So came up, dropped, recovered, dropped again, all within the same day. Now coming back up into that same zone, breaking key level here. Now retesting consolidation. We didn't have enough volume pace to get through.
Yeah, even on the 17th, 14th, and the 7th, it played with that zone.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I don't trade ES very much, but I would hazard a guess that there is probably a gold level at 8 thereabout. And what do we mean by gold level? Gold level is simply a line that we snap on the chart that has multiple touches. The more touches, the more important it becomes. This particular, where we're sitting right now, is a very, very key, super strong. Any questions out there? Crypto, if you're looking to join us, you have a question, what you can do is join the free Discord, join the community, come into the Discord, and then ask to either speak to a mod or someone that can help you with membership decisions. I can or another mod can open a Zoom right away, you live. Caveat of being a part of ADT, if you need something, there's usually someone around, and we're Johnny on the spot with making sure you get back to your journey. Thank you, Keith. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Claudia, question?
I also have one.
Go for it. I think Claudia,
I just repurchased the Trading View this morning.
Oh, okay.
Before I went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the little thing to link your NinjaTrader to the Trading View? There's a couple questions here, actually. Reminding me, I'm on my phone watching this while I'm working, so.
Fair enough.
Where's the little thingy to link your Ninja or your Trade-Evade or whatever else?
Oh, on Trading View. Yeah. So
yes, on Trading.
Yep. So
it
what
just
you want to do?
popped up automatically on the phone, but not on the desktop.
Okay. What you want to do is you want to come down here and you want to select your Trade-Evade or select broker list. So on the bottom in your trading panel. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Select your the broker that you want to use.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. And then I just sign in with the login and everything from the Ninja or the Trade-Evade or whatever we're using.
That's correct.
Or do I have to log into TradingView and then also Ninja?
No, you don't have to log into your broker.
Okay.
No, but we recommend it, right?
Oh. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't you want that for L2?
As the backup just in case.
There you go.
Let's see. What was the other one? Come on, brain, do your thing. As soon as we stop talking, I'll think of it. So we'll go on to the next one.
Here when you need us. Log back in, but nobody.
Hey, Doug, I have a question.
I just remembered it. Haha, see? As soon as we stop. The buy and sell buttons on the top, the red and blue.
Yes.
Can you put those anywhere, or do they have to stay there? I think I remember like 2 years ago, like a midnight session with Ralph. He had them somewhere else, and on the paper trading, like the replay thing, they were on the bottom. But is there a way to do that actually?
No. That's where they are.
Oh.
Sadly.
So just the hotkeys then.
Yeah. Well, you can use hotkeys, or if you don't like them there, just turn them off. But there's no place to put. My knowledge, can't move and drag them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, that would be awesome if the best charting software in existence had that ability.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Since most of us are right-handed, the top left corner is not optimal.
Not great, right? I mean, visually, it's a nightmare. Yeah.
You could use a trading panel. That'll be up on your right.
Yeah, but that takes up screen. I don't like it.
Yeah, it does.
A 49-inch monitor. I'm all right.
Yeah, I mean, the bigger the monitor, the better, right?
Yeah, you can actually pop that screen out as well. A little trading screen.
Yes, you can. You can actually undock this.
Yep. There you go. Yep.
But
Ooh, wait, what was that? What was that?
That helps a little bit.
Can't get it off.
That's a trading panel?
Yeah, you have to keep it on the same screen, I do believe. You can't take it to another monitor.
That's a trading panel, you guys?
Yeah, so when you at the bottom of your screen when you log into your broker or you log into paper trading, just hit the trade button at the bottom. That'll open up your trading panel. And then within here, you can create certain order presets.
So like brackets for stop loss, take profit, and stages and stuff. Okay.
Yep. So for instance, I go back. Trading view paper. Trade window. Up here, I have presets. So for M and Q, I've got a 60 tick stop loss. And I've got 6 stop loss.
Okay.
6, but actually don't.
Well, it's 4 ticks a point. It's probably based off the ATR at the time when you said it.
I'm sure it was, and I was in a training at the time when we were discussing it, how to create that. Probably leftover.
If you switch it to the DOM, the buy and sell button will be at the bottom. You see buy and sell market, buy market and sell market.
There it is. All right.
And you can now lock your price action so that it stays in front of you.
Okay.
Whereas before, it would just move off the screen. You have to constantly reset.
There's got to be something in there like keep price centered, something like that.
Well, there is now. There is now.
Okay.
There wasn't before. But yeah, you could use the DOM side if you wanted to use the quick buy sell buttons down there. But again, if you get into that in Tradeovate, you want to make sure that you have a stop loss pre-programmed, right? If you do buy sell here, you do not have the ability to create a stop loss right off the get-go. You'd have to do it up here on the DOM.
That's okay. I got used to the trade ladder a long time ago.
Yeah,
after I accidentally clicked on it and lost all my money.
Jeez.
Oh, you weren't around for that.
No, I wasn't.
No, I was having a whole bunch of green days and, was looking at the cues and it's like, no, I'm green. I'm up a ton of money. I'm good. I'm done for the day. I pushed the mouse away while I was getting up from the computer and accidentally clicked on that ladder when I did it. Didn't realize it. Went out to mow the lawn. When I came back in, all my money was gone. It bought 100 contracts of the cues that expired worthless while I was outside cutting the grass.
No.
Yeah.
That was
a day.
That was an option play?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been trading shares. I was doing 100 because it was like $1.50 or $2 stock.
Okay.
Just a couple scalps here and there, and was looking at the cues and was like, no, I'm done. But the order size didn't change. So it stayed on 100, and then I just accidentally clicked on it and didn't realize it.
Or sometimes when you think you're getting out of a trade, whether it's Weeble or toss, it makes no difference. And you bump the mouse a second time and don't realize it till you start seeing your money changing.
Yep. Yeah, I accidentally bought, what was it? I was going to buy a bunch of calls, and I accidentally sold a bunch of calls.
Okay.
And those numbers were moving fast.
Easy to do on the ladders.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, though, that if you do forget to put in a stop, trading sign. All right. So if you do get into a trade, say you get in a long, I forgot my stop. Well, you can right-click on the chart if you're in Tradeovate, drop a stop.
Nice.
Okay. Do the same thing with the limit. Drop a limit.
Okay.
Problem is they're not going to be bracketed. Okay, so you need to make
you got to
sure.
move them individual. Okay, because on TOS they're bracketed, and you just grab the link on the right side, and you can slide the whole bracket to keep yourself like a little window just outside the current price.
Right.
If you got to move them separately, that's still fine.
Yep. They're just not,
All right.
they're not bracketed to your buy position. So again, if for whatever reason you have a limit order up in the clouds, just in case you get this magical spike, you need to understand that when you close your trade out and your stop loss goes away, your limit order might stick around.
And then it'll, since you have none, you closed it and you have none, it'll buy a short when it gets there.
It'll buy whatever that limit was for. So if you're in a short and it's a buy limit, it'll put in a buy order.
Okay.
While you're in a long. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're in one of those situations, oh, you're welcome, Rod. Thanks very much. If you're in one of those situations where that's happening, just check your positions. Make sure you don't have any open positions open, right?
I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that on TradingView.
It's right down. Yep, it's right here. You'll have right down here in your positions.
Wait, did you just grab that and slide it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
You can also use the arrow key over here.
Okay.
You can make it really big if you want.
Hey, what's with all the colors on the volume bars?
These guys?
Thought it was just red and green. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is Coach's 3.1 indicators. You get all the fancy bells and whistles with this thing.
3.1? I still got the 1.0s.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these things are awesome. So what you get is you get the blue bar behind the red and green bars. Blue bar is the total volume, so it shows you what the total volume of that trading candle is, trading bar. And then over here, the way that I have my...
It looks like red and green for buy and sell, but what's the brown?
Well, it's actually red sitting in front of green.
Oh.
So what that means is that green was more prevalent than the red. So we had more buyers than we had sellers. The total volume is the blue. So now what are you seeing? Down. Now what are you seeing? We're in this candle right now. And we see...
That's a lot of red.
It's a lot of red.
Down, down, down. Going back to VWAP.
She comes. Well, it's probably going to top out at midline.
Yeah, maybe. It's been respected. Oh, the last two double tops it did. That was the top up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
the trend channel kind of nice.
It's, oh man, you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. And it should fit very well with your levels that you've been charting and using.
Yeah, I started doing a few of them, but then I had to go to work.
So the volume indicator, and whichever is more prevalent, buyers or sellers, that will be the larger candle against the blue background, right? Blue background is the total volume.
So the bright red is more buyers than sellers, and the brown is just, it's kind of blending color because green's more prevalent. Okay, I got you.
And then you can see that the green gets kind of dark. There's more selling happening.
Sellers, yeah. Okay.
Sellers bringing the price down. The green bar in front of that shows you the volume of the buyers that were trying to get involved. But just the sellers were in control, right? So that's how that all works.
Yeah, they were.
And I really like the way the chart works out. The designers did a really cool job with this. The way that I have it set, my actual chart will switch between who's in control. So if the sellers are in control, it'll be blue, red, green. If buyers are in control, it'll be blue, green, red. So you can see as just a visual confirmation.
So it's easier at a glance instead of having to look at them tiny numbers.
Yeah, I don't want to look at numbers. I just want to see who's in control as confirmation. I can see that with the candle, right? I don't need the volume chart to tell me that. But what's helpful is looking at it as an overall in conjunction with the other indicators. We have some people that use the volume indicator quite a bit. I tend to only glance at it for the ATR and overall volume, just to see, you know, are we low, are we high, what are we trading at? And I can typically tell that just by the ATR itself, but like I like to get that confirmation visually, so I leave it up.
How did you switch it around like that? Because mine's stacked. So how did you get it
the
switched?
indicator?
Yeah.
Double click on it. Horizontal overview table. Rank volumes in table.
And did David do all this, or has
Well,
he got
that's
like
fancy. I like
like
that.
MIT type of help? I mean, obviously we're stacking on you know previous code, but man, this is fantastic.
This is some top level. This is top tier.
Yeah, these things are great. And wait until you release the 4.0 that we're beta testing right now. You get the London session, you get the sessions. It's really the only adder to it, to the indicator. Mark and I were kind of spitballing it. You know, it'd be kind of nice not to have to chart out the session highs and lows. So we went into the Zoom, or went into the chat, said, hey, what's the chance? I mean, you know, am I hot or cold here? 5 minutes later, it was already programmed. Here you go, give it a go. Try it out. Yeah, those guys are great. And Jeff did some help along with testing and programming and some of that stuff. So it was a team effort for sure. And David,
Nice.
David
Good,
does
it came back to be one.
incredible back testing, just an enormous amount of back testing.
You have no idea, brother. You heard me talking about gold.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. That's 4 o'clock. That wraps up our session for today. Thank you for joining us. Again, grab those free memberships. Get in here, get a look around, and make a decision. Change your life one trade at a time. That's what we do here at AT, changing lives one trade at a time. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time, your questions. We'll see you again tomorrow, 2 to 4 p.m.